If you're struggling this holiday season, this might help. I often get people reaching out to me in DMs asking me for advice on how to handle tough stuff, how to get through it. How did I get through it? And well, there's a couple of things that have really helped me. One is intentionally letting myself wallow for as long as I need to, a week, 2 weeks, however long, until I'm over it. Okay. And I think a lot of the struggles that we have with processing our feelings is that we push them away. We don't want to be feeling all the tough stuff. We don't want to be feeling sad or angry or lonely. We don't want to be grieving. We don't want to deal with stress. So we push it away, okay, and act like everything's fine. And that usually ends up biting us in the ass. And I find that giving myself permission to really feel it, to wallow as much as I need to, if I just need a few days of lying around in my sweats, I don't have sweats, in my hypothetical sweats, eating cheesies, watching TV, doing fuck all. If I need that time in order to get over it, I will do that. I will give myself that time. I've done this with various things, just let myself feel the funk and go through that. And that's very, very therapeutic for me. Sometimes I can't help it. I've gone through grieving periods where I couldn't help but, shut down and cry, and I couldn't get off my ass and do anything else because I was so overwhelmed. I've had other times where I've been able to push through and wall it off, deny it, that kind of thing. But it usually hits me at weird times, which isn't always a fun thing to experience when all of a sudden you feel like crying and you're in the middle of something and it's not a good context. So either giving myself, a number of days or weeks or whatever, just like a chunk of time to wallow. And this could be, you lose your job, you come out of a relationship, whatever it is. Give yourself time to really feel it. Let yourself feel sorry for yourself. Instead of telling yourself you shouldn't feel that way, own it. Just like get right into the weeds of it, get on your gray sweatpants, put on Netflix, eat junk food, just really live in that wallow town for as long as you need to. Another just strategy that works really well for me is giving me a set period of time every day, but with a cutoff. So maybe it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes saying, okay, whatever stress I'm dealing with, whatever grief I'm experiencing, sadness, anger, whatever it is, I have to put it aside for the bulk of my day because it's not convenient to deal with. I have work to do, I have things to do, people to deal with, whatever it is, and I can't focus on that right now. So I'll set it aside, and then I'll give myself a set amount of time each day, set a timer, let myself really feel those feelings, really sit with them and accept them and experience them, go through them. And then at the end of that period of time, the timer goes off and I have to go back to normal life again, to whatever I was doing. And this way it kind of takes the edge off, a little bit every day. Like just and especially if, sitting around for a day or 2 days or 3 days at a time, really wallowing, really feeling it is too much for you, or you can't afford to do so, you don't have the time to do that. Then, having a set amount of time, a limited amount of time every day can be really helpful, where you say, okay, I'm giving myself permission to feel these shitty feelings for 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. And it's at a time of day that's convenient for me. And the rest of the day, I'm just going to set those feelings aside, knowing that I will have time and space to feel them and face them later in the day when it's convenient, when it works for me. And then the rest of the day, is easier to cope because I'm going to have that time to cry. I'm going to have that time to rage. I'm going to have that time to really feel those feelings, right? Rather than never letting yourself experience them or feel them. It's impossible to work through them if we never feel them, right? Those feelings come up for a reason. There's something we have to face. Our bodies are saying, hey, pay attention to me right now. Whatever it is, grief, anger, sadness, whatever it is, your body is saying, hey, I need to go through this right now. And it's not always convenient. So yeah, either if you have a chunk of time, like say you've lost your job and you have a period of time where, okay, you're out of work, you can give yourself some time to feel sorry for yourself. That's totally cool. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Rather than, feeling sorry for yourself but feeling guilty for it, say, I give myself permission to feel sorry for myself for 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row, I'm going to wallow and do fuck all and feel shitty. And then after that, I'm going to get off my ass. See, again, even with the extended period of time for wallowing, you can have a limit on it so it doesn't drag on and on and on. Give yourself a limit, but it's a longer period of time where you can just, be like that hippo in the mud, right? In the pond, or the pig in the mud, or whatever. It's just like, okay, if you can afford that time. And if not, this short amount of time every day, it can really, really be helpful for letting yourself feel those feelings, because your body wants you to feel them anyway. So why not do it at a time that's convenient for you, but still let yourself really feel them? Like when you're setting that timer for the 10, 15 minutes or whatever it is, you're really going into it like, okay, I'm going to let myself cry if I need to cry. I'm going to let myself rage and, hit a punching bag or whatever I need to do if that's how I'm feeling. But you're really giving yourself permission. You're not telling yourself that anything is off limits. You shouldn't be feeling a certain way. No, you're letting yourself let it out, but it's in a way that's safe for you for the rest of the day, right? So it's not interfering with stuff. It's not getting you into trouble. It's not getting you fired or whatever. Okay. So those two things have been really helpful for me, but ultimately it's the same theme, letting myself feel those feelings, giving myself permission to feel those feelings because I'm feeling them anyway. Right? So why not give myself permission? And I find then it's like kind of like my video yesterday talking about eating and guilt, letting go of the guilt over our eating. If we let go of that judgment around feeling our feelings, they might not last as long. Feelings tend to hang on. They stick around longer when we deny them, push them away, when we engage with them like that. But when we let them just kind of pass through us, they don't last. Right? So they may last for a period of time, especially like grief or whatever, but they do go away eventually. It does get better if we let ourselves feel those feelings. So that ultimately has worked really well for me. And this might be something that's relevant for you right now during the holiday season. A lot of tough feelings can come up for a lot of people, a lot of sadness, loneliness, anger, a lot of family drama and losses and all sorts of things. So giving yourself time in amongst all the chaos, all the busyness, right? All the shopping and eating and all the rest of it, giving yourself time to just feel your feelings and let it out in a safe way, right? But with a limit, and then you can get back to everyday life again. So hope this helps. And hope you're having an awesome day. I will be back soon. Who knows when? No one ever knows. Not even the tentacle. Well, maybe the tentacle knows, but does not tell me because the tentacle is in charge of my life. I'm going to end it there. See you next time.